$390 $390,000
Mr. Speaker, what we heard then was Annette King trying to promote the wonky-shonky housing. I think it was a policy pitch that came out of their conference. What we didn't hear this afternoon from Annette King was talking about the internal machinations at the Labor Party conference. What we didn't hear from Annette King was how she and Trevor Mallard had to get on the phone on Saturday afternoon and call in all the favours that they possibly could in their caucus to vote for David Shearer. Because what happened at their conference was that their constitutional review, their wide-ranging constitutional review, it actually ended up in the power of the unions. Now the unions will be able to elect who the Labor Party leader is. Why would you want to have the unions being able to elect the Labor Party leader, and why would you have the caucus being diluted in the way that it currently is? This is a shambolic proposal that came through on the floor of their conference. I can't believe that they allowed this to happen. Now, of course, we have David Cunliffe, who got a little bit crazy on the evening of the Saturday night because he couldn't believe that the proposal went through in its current form. So he couldn't turn up in front of the TV cameras and say that he was supportive of the current leader. Now, David Cunliffe found within the space of about 24 hours that he was standing in a bit of liquefaction. He thought that he had the numbers secured to roll David Shearer. But of course, when Annette King, Phil Goff, Trevor Mallard got on the phone and called in a few favours and actually pressured people in their caucus, put a lot of pressure. Yes, indeed, it was threatening. I heard from one of my contacts over there, Trevor Mallard threatening on the phone, you need to back Shearer or else. All the power that Trevor Mallard supposedly has got in their wonky-shonky caucus. I can't believe that this deal was allowed to get through. Of course, what we have with David Shearer now is we have him sitting on the right side of the caucus. And that is the problem with the party membership and the union affiliates that want to drag Mr Shearer across to the left. And what we've heard about recently is, of course, Mr Shearer's problem is that he came out saying, actually endorsing the welfare reforms that Paula Bennett's proposing. He talked about a sickness beneficiary on the roof painting his house. And to quote Mr Shearer, he said, "This isn't fair. I've got little tolerance for people that don't pull their weight." This is the right side of Mr Shearer. And of course, he got hammered in the left-wing blogs for those comments. The other classic one, wait for this, we need every teacher to be a good one. The vast majority are, but the truth is, some are not. We can't afford to have bad teachers in our classrooms. This came from Mr Shearer, the leader of the Labor Party, well, the current leader, maybe until February. He finished off by saying, as a parent, I want to put badly run schools on notice. Wow! Mr Shearer should be over this side of the House supporting national standards. We're all waiting for the big jackpot in February. It won't be anywhere Waitangi Day. I don't even know if it'll be near Valentine's Day. But you wait. You wait for the phone call over from the middle part of January onwards. I don't mean you, Mr Speaker. I mean the Labor caucus. You can bet your bottom dollar from about mid-January onwards, the cell phones will start ringing. You know it'll be one of the Davids trying to work the numbers before the February vote. Right now, though, importantly in Wellington, is the showcase of the Hobbit. And I think it's an outrage that Labor voted against our proposals to ensure that the contractors were able to stay as contractors and not employees. They rallied against that. They still rally against it. They want to reverse that if they get the opportunity, and let's hope they don't get the opportunity to do that, because if Labor had been on this side of the government, the likelihood we wouldn't have got the Hobbit. It would have gone offshore. The $3 billion would have gone to our economy, and we know, and the New Zealand public know, that Labor are truly the Hobbit haters.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This national government has failed on jobs, failed on